Move we adopt the agenda as presented.
Can I have a motion? Can I get a second?
Second.
We got a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, same. Recognition of patrons and staff.
Nobody to see.
Okay, first and only action item is district handbooks.
Yes, so at our last regular meeting, the board requested a special meeting to discuss district handbooks to try to get further work, either action on them or further work on them, some extra time prior to school starting, because principals like to have these in their hands. So that was kind of the board discussions to try to get further along with them so we can get them to administration. This year, we got revisions from the normal annual revisions from administration. We also sent them to KSB Legal and had an attorney vet them as well and provided notes for you from that attorney. Handbooks are always, there's a lot to them, and every year they continue to be a growing thing. And one of the things that's interesting about them over the years is, there's been lots of different brains on them, because every time a new principal takes over a document with their brain, and it turns into just a living document that goes on for a long time. So some of the things we discussed, I know Darcy is set up to do revisions, live revisions, so that if you guys are interested in taking action, that we have those revisions tonight. One of the things that Chad and I and Darcy have talked about are there's some certain sections that we would like to work on with administration throughout the year. Last year we got together with administration and worked specifically on attendance and some of those sections. And so there's some common sections that we think need to be shored up between the three building handbooks. And so we have a list of some of those that we would like to work on with administration throughout the year as kind of a slow district project. And so that's another thing we're prepared to discuss tonight, along with all the revisions that you got from the two entities. So really it's just open for discussion. We can start wherever you want and handle this however you want as far as discussing the different topics at hand.
I'm gonna start with substitute handbook.
Okay.
I don't have any changes for the substitute handbook.
I had
Starts
some
off good.
questions, let's see, on page 3, and maybe this has been updated since we looked at it, we need to, let me get down to 3.
Fix the principal's name.
Yep, principals need to be updated, principal
secretary.
and secretary need to be updated.
Yep, at that time it was not hired people yet, so.
Get those changed.
On page 6, Lori mentioned a compliance officer. Let me go down to 6. What I know was. I'd add a district compliance coordinator contact information.
We don't have a district compliance coordinator.
That
So-
probably answers a lot of my questions and several. Should we have a district compliance coordinator?
They stand behind that podium, right?
Well, I think in one place,
you would want
I think
to
in one place it does say him.
we would want to put me in there. Last year, as far as Title IX and some of those situations, Tira was down. In all those documents, those have been changed to me now. Well,
They have, okay.
so if we're going to put something in there, it should be me.
Yeah, she is still on.
Yeah, she's still in most of them.
In most
or
of them.
What we
Everything
have
I looked
received.
at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those need to be changed.
For the next one. Okay, 7 needs to remain sale.
Yeah, oh, yes, that is right. Yep.
Also on page 7, this is probably next, or no, I guess it's the next 7.
Next 7.
Well, some of them, the actual page number is different than what I wrote here, so
Okay.
I confuse myself with that. On one of them, it has the tobacco policy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is on 7 right under.
It's on 7, yeah.
Yep. the tobacco policy, it says is prohibited in any school building owned, leased, or rented, but it's school grounds, correct?
That is correct.
So update that from building to grounds.
Same with the title.
And then on the,
Same with what?
The title.
oh yeah,
Oh,
it does,
yep.
it says in school buildings. See,
Yep.
I knew there would be. Okay, and then on, page 11 under inclement weather, do we wanna add something? We've got the district website, we've changed it to school status, do we wanna put something about social media or?
I mean, all the other ones say social media
Yeah,
too, so.
No, I think that, I mean, we do that naturally.
That's all I got on it. It's fast.
What's the next one? Anything for classified?
Oh, classified.
I think classified's the one that I didn't have notes.
I have a lot of them.
There we go.
Classified. Um, Okay, the at-will status of employment, that's mentioned like 2 times in 2 different places, and one time it's really long, and another time it's like really short. I wonder if we would need that short time.
Where are you at on that one page?
So page 9 is where it is listed in there, like briefly, but above that, page 6, it goes like into pretty good detail about what at-will employment means. So I don't feel like it needs to be both places.
It's page 6 of my.
Is that page 6 of the handbook or
It's
page
page
6 of what's
Yeah.
holding up?
Let's see
Page
it.
6
Page
of
6 of the
the
PDF,
PDF, sorry.
page 3 of the handbook.
That's the six.
That's what I meant,
Okay.
the other side.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, yeah.
And then,
Is it the one that has the header, employment at will, or is that a different one?
There's purpose of the handbook.
It's purpose
Purpose
of
of
the employee
the
handbook.
purposes of the employee handbook,
Mhm.
it's the,
Top of the next page.
yeah,
page
top of
3.
the next page,
Abiding by policy described, I think is how it starts.
yeah.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, it talks all about what it is, and then, handbook page
Page
6.
6, yeah.
It's just got a brief paragraph about what it is again.
It's redundant.
I see.
Can we take it out?
Yeah, comfortable taking the second one out? Okay, that's that whole section before benefits. Okay, good catch.
So then on that same page where we just took that short stuff out, fringe benefits and options, it says, it says something about we provide the following list. Oh, USD 358 provides a wide range of benefits. The following, I don't know, it says, my note says, it says offers the following, but then it removes all of the things that it,
Oh, I
Says
looked
there.
myself,
I
yeah.
think it says the refer to the benefit
Refer
guide.
to the benefit guide. So it used to say all this, but we have a benefit guide just for benefits.
okay, maybe that got changed. But
And that's
then
why
I
we
have to
had
look at
taken
it.
out all of the,
Yeah, please refer to the benefit guide for a description of these rules and restrictions.
Gotcha. Okay, wages. Wages. Oh, it says, all district classified employees are figured off the base pay and and the allowable categories. And that sentence seems like maybe it should say wages for district classified employees are determined, instead of all district classified employees are figured. Maybe all district classified employee wages are figured.
What page are you on?
Oh, that's page 8, sorry,
Page 8 of the actual.
of the
Handbook.
handbook, page
Page
11 of the PDF.
11, PDF, okay. That's it. Gotcha, okay. Yeah.
Classified employee wages, yeah, I see what you mean.
Mhm.
Agreed. I have the attorney remove this as a wage chart. You should have removed that a long time ago.
And on page 13 or 10 of the actual handbook, under time clocks, all classified employees must clock in at the start and the end of their workday. So should they clock out at the end of their workday?
Clock time.
Yeah, I remember seeing that and I saw that like the first time we went over it before it went to the attorney. I remember that, yep.
As far as the actual function of the time clock, I'm assuming when you clock in, the next time you hit it, it assumes you're clocking out automatically,
No, you
right?
have to clock in and hit clock out or
Or
clock
you have to
lunch.
manually, oh,
Yeah, that's how ours is too.
Kind of
Yeah,
pain.
so just add clock in
Yeah,
at the
cause we'll have
start.
some people that hit clock in
Yeah.
and then they hit clock in again and it's, yeah,
oh, okay, I figured it.
Nope.
Nope,
it's not a badge system too. They have to type it in and then
Okay.
it pops up and they say,
Okay.
I wanna go to lunch.
yeah, that's obviously need to be changed.
Okay, question about the good attendance award, is that only available to 12-month employees?
Trying to think.
What page are you on now? I'm sorry.
That's page 11,
14 of the
14.
PDF.
14, yeah, okay.
I think the reason it's for all employees, but then we had to put a time period for our 12-month employees because they work all year round. We had to come up with dates to actually, this is when your
Okay.
good attendance record would be calculated from.
Okay, I just don't like having an A bullet without also having a B bullet, and then it looks like the 1 and 2 bullets go underneath that A bullet, you see what I'm saying? So like, the 12-month classified employees time off calculated from June 1st to May 31st, and then those next 2 bullets, are
should
those
just be
about
moved
the 12
over.
month, or should those be moved over?
That one should be moved over. And then we got rid of, so those just need to be moved.
Okay.
Or actually, do you want,
Parentheses around the 12-month employees, so that's just offset in that.
I could put that up there at the front, the 12 months, and put parentheses and then move the bullets over.
Okay.
I think that would work.
And, so then we're not doing that 5 days, payment anymore?
No, it's crossed off on mine.
Yeah, it's crossed off, so that's a change.
It's the second bullet point there.
Yeah, I can't remember why we changed that. Why we did that. There was a reason. I know we went over it.
Are you just limiting the employee to 5 days? Period?
I can't remember, I
Saying
know
that's
there
not a
was a
category
reason we
that
took
we're gonna
it off.
reward anymore?
No more than 5 days off. There was a reason and I cannot remember why we changed that. I know there was a certain reason. Cause I think we do the same thing we're doing with the certified staff and we're prorating it down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Is that what the above where it says at a prorated amount?
Yes, I think that may have been what we did, so we took it off there, but then we're gonna prorate it, if I remember correctly.
But that makes sense then, because employees with 3 or less days from work get $500, $400 for partial year employees. But then employees with no more than 5 days off from work will receive a $100 payment. So what are you gonna prorate?
Right.
The $100?
I think it has to do with the length of service for the employee, right?
That first one, yes, because
That that's
so,
gonna be prorated.
so what we had to
Okay.
do, if
Right.
you come work for us in February, you're not gonna get the full amount because you haven't been here the whole year.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
can't
So that's the,
remember,
yeah, I understand.
So
I
there-
can't
yeah,
remember
there's the
why we
prorated.
changed, there was a reason we changed this
So
one,
that's why
and
it's
I just-
prorated on the days of service and not on days of
Yeah,
absence.
right.
Yeah.
I just can't remember why we changed that. I have this year's
You
calculation.
remember why?
I think the business office mate,
Didn't even
Right.
know it was there.
Jim was asking if we remembered why, and so I was
Oh,
trying to,
no, this would be Stephanie and I went through the handbook and we make all the
right.
suggestions in there, but I can't remember why we took that one off. It's only been done a long time ago. Sorry.
I mean, it looks like you're just eliminating the people that miss 4 and 5 days to additional days. You're taking that category clear out,
Yeah,
is all, which I have, you know,
so I mean, I guess if we're okay with it, then we're okay
Yeah.
with it, but.
I guess that's what it looks like you're doing. You're just saying, we're not
Really
gonna
think
pay
you guys
that
have a good
category.
reason.
Is that the intention?
I cannot remember. I knew that we had
Well,
a
I don't
reason.
care
We
either
had
way,
a,
but.
we had a sticky note of why we did and I just can't remember why we had it on that one.
Okay, so what do we wanna do?
So what's everybody think about the concept of that then?
Yeah, that's the whole.
Is that something we wanna leave in for employees, or do we wanna? If it's a,
Is there a benefit
Since we-
versus cost or?
That's what I'm wondering, was the cost that,
We don't, honestly, we don't have a lot of employees that actually take, especially
Qualify for
classified, that actually qualify for this. There was not a huge, we're not spending district-wide more than $30,000 for everyone that has this available to them, and that includes certified. So you're really, I can't remember why we removed that, but I do know that there's not a lot of people that are taking advantage of this.
So I don't see the harm in leaving it in, then I guess is my opinion.
Yeah.
But-
go ahead and leave it. Okay. Any kind of incentive, it's not a lot, but anything.
and then sometime this year there'll be a, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why
Or
we did
not.
it.
Maybe even tonight when I go home.
Yeah.
That's usually what it works.
That's right. We'll tackle it next year.
Okay, down in the next section, the universal leave. 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th bullet item, it says the employee must call, and it used to say the immediate supervisor, which I really liked, and now it says their immediate supervisor, which I don't particularly care for because it's making a plural out of a singular. That's just nitpicky. And then the last thing I had was,
So is there any action on that item? Or
I'd just like to see it remain the instead of their. Contact the immediate supervisor, it sounds just fine to me.
I guess does it mean like, cause each individual, each classified employee, no, that's a bad way to word it. Not all classified employees are gonna have the same supervisor. So maybe that's why it says there, because they have to go to their specific one.
So in that instance, then I would like it to say his or her.
I have one of those later, so. I'm good with that.
Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The last thing I have is, I wanna talk about, vacation time. So they get these universal leave days, so like a 12-month employee gets these 12 universal leave days, but then they also receive, like if they're a second year employee, they also receive 10 additional vacation days, so they have 22 days available to them. I just wanna make sure that's the intent here.
Yes, so they will have, it's kind of before when you probably had sick and you have vacation. Then it got changed to universal.
Okay,
Yes.
but then like in our negotiated agreement, the teachers have 12 days, period. They don't have additional vacation days.
And all your your 9-month employees just have universal days too. So they are more like these are only your full year
Only the
employees.
12-month
Yes.
employees
Yes,
get that additional 10 days,
Is
okay?
this the same as prior year, it looks like?
yes, there's no changes.
No
in this.
changes?
No.
Okay.
Except I think Lori added down here, same thing, employee supervisor instead of building administration.
Okay, that was all I had.
Anyone else have anything on classified?
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
First sentence, USD. Sorry, I gotta find it so I can. Okay, the underneath vacations, 12-month, that's on page 13, of the printed document, page 16 of the PDF.
16?
Yeah. Yeah, it says USD 353 provided paid vacation time for full year classified employees. And that's the sentence. So maybe provides.
Yeah, otherwise,
Okay, that was it for that I had.
Anything else? No? You good, Darcy, on that? Okay, about administrative handbook.
The only thing I had on administrative handbook was, that I didn't agree with was, when do we do the superintendent annual review? Just wanna make sure we touched on that.
Yeah, I put that on there. I like Lori's idea of doing it in February. That gives us more time to talk. And it's not just superintendent, we do them all.
My only thought on that is, this February, you're gonna have a new board, so I would push it to March. I'd like to see it do March instead of February. just
I only
because-
say February because, and I asked Adam this last year, I saw a lot of things happening in February. And it seemed like any other friends like across the state that are on boards, a lot did it in February. But I'm good with March too.
I mean,
You start the process.
I just think it needs to be earlier than June.
So if you start in February, you still have until May or June?
We're on a 2-year rolling contract, so
Right.
that's one reason why we're a little different. So we can choose a non-renew, and what that does is that just leaves them one more year of their contract. So they would just go into year 2 instead of rolling over and starting a new 2-year contract. So that gives them a year to improve, to find a new job, whatever the agreement would be. And so that's why ours has traditionally been in June. But I always like the idea of having more time. If we have more time, we got more time.
And that literally is what I inherited was June
Right.
for whatever reason, so I don't. it
Do
doesn't-
other districts that, and I don't know if you would know this, do other districts that do it in February or March, are they on 2-year rolling also?
For superintendents, yes.
Okay.
Other administrators, not necessarily. A lot of districts have a lot of their administrators' principals on 1-year contracts.
They do it in February, so.
This
Something
district
happens.
has, for whatever reason along the way, was decided to be on 2-year rolling for
It's
everybody.
a contract, June 30th end, is it fiscal year?
Yes, July
So
1.
so it'd be better to do it earlier, give somebody a heads up
Yeah.
versus, okay, I see where you go.
Yeah, I mean, even with the 2-year rolling, if something catastrophic were to happen, just. But I'm good with March too. I do believe it needs to be earlier.
That works, however the board wants to do it.
February, March?
Sure. That doesn't matter to me.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. That was my only hesitation on February, but
If we have any issues, we're in no February.
So we'd be getting that
March.
every 2 years, so. So go March?
When you start that conversation, does that go beyond 1 or 2 board meetings, or how quick do you get that resolved?
It
Because you're
can,
looking for an end date, basically, before
Right.
June, is what you want.
Yeah,
So does
Right.
March still give you that time for an end date to be fair?
yeah, 'cause now we're doing it in June. You know, we have the end date of June.
Oh, yeah, but,
We
yeah,
just did that, so this gives us a little more time to chew it up.
okay. Okay.
I still think February, but if everybody else is more comfortable with March, I'm good with it.
I'm fine with February.
February's fine.
I wonder if the process that we all inherited, including myself, I wonder, because the process I inherited, which I've continued with you guys, directly ties to the district goals, which a lot of those end up, getting completed towards the end of the year and some of those things. And so it's hard to talk about some of those things that are happening at that point. So I'm wondering if that's why it went to June in this district in the past. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. So.
Anything else on Edmund?
Yes, on page 3 of the PDF, page 2 of the document, down at the bottom, should the Board of Education choose to suspend, amend, or terminate a program? This is for the 403B. Notification shall be given to the administrator 1 year prior to discontinuing the program.
So that is in their contract, so we
It
matched.
is, okay.
We matched, what we did when we looked at this is we went and pulled the contracts, cause they have more detail in them, and we just pulled it.
I just wanted to make
matched.
sure, like, if we're ending a program, are we gonna be able to give them a year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, so that's why I wanted to ask the
Yeah,
question.
that's the thing, we just took whatever was already on the contract that's been there for years and we matched it. in
I would
this.
imagine they have federal requirements to notify those enrolled,
Okay.
termination and
Perfect.
options and rollovers. That's probably what's driving that.
Okay, on the next page, page 3 of the document, page 4 of the PDF. Lori had a question down on administrators shall start each school year with 14 universal days. She said, does the superintendent, assistant super, directors, and the HS principal get these universal leave days in addition to the 30 days of vacation? If not, it needs to be
Yes.
reworded.
It
So,
does.
yes, they
They get both.
okay. Just want to make sure that we,
Yep. And that's why we had taken it out on ours, cause yes, we already knew that is in their contract, they get both.
okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure we addressed your question. The next page on military leave. It says any deficit between the amount of his military pay and what he ordinarily, women can serve in the military too.
Missed that.
Good catch.
So either a they or a
Not a they.
he, not a they.
The employee, his or her,
Yeah, well, that's what I put on my notes. I'm like, they, them, his, her, yeah. So whatever we choose there, let's include some ladies in case they serve honorably.
Yes,
Thank
the
you very
employee.
much.
The
would be good.
employee.
The employee.
Yeah.
Okay, again, page 7. I don't know if that's gonna be the document or on the. Let me get there and I'll tell you for certain. Eight of the PDF, apparently 7 of the document. On emergency school closings, that one doesn't have social media either. And I think it only has TV stations, so I don't know,
radio and TV stations.
do we need to add social media and school
Well,
status?
It had school status and it looks like Lori crossed it out.
Right, that's what I was kinda wondering.
Yeah, so we had Crusader, school status, Crusader alerts.
Can you just copy what was in the other handbook until we had
That's what I'm
standardization across? If that needs reworded.
That was that one,
The title of that one is inclement weather.
inclement weather,
And the
not
subject.
emergency.
And then it removed, I don't know how this works, and I don't know if we need to add anything. the call tree thing was removed, and I know that we're living in 2025 and we probably don't have call trees anymore, but do we need to put something in there? Because this is the admin, and so I don't know how they let their staff know. I mean, I feel like it's a no-brainer, but it was in there. Do we need to put something in there like, hey, by the way, you need to let your staff know?
You know, I actually experimented on this when I
Okay.
became superintendent. I just kind of magically didn't do a call tree one year to see if it did anything whatsoever, and nobody noticed because everybody does school status,
Okay.
text alert, and that during that time. So
Okay. I didn't know if like with school status being different, I didn't know how the teachers.
No.
Okay,
I have certain important phone calls I make, and everybody else kind of gets their message. So
perfect.
Yep.
I have that there's a note on page 12 from Lori, but let's see what 12.
Is this checklist complete?
Yes, checklist complete. Is this checklist complete?
So we do have so we talked about that at one of our BAMs about trying to come up with a complete list because every building has a checklist.
Okay,
Yes, they do have a checklist that they go through when a staff member leaves the building too. But we were trying to come up with the last BAM
like a
right
universal.
before school of having a universal checklist.
Okay. I just want to make sure we looked
Yep.
at her question there. 13, let's see. Right, I know, let's see what it said. This was just a little, I think it was typo. Okay, down on 14 of the PDF, under employee evaluations. Fourth year, it says evaluated at leave once every, and it should be at least.
On board?
Oh, yeah.
On fourth year of employment,
Red,
it's just a little,
that's the one right there.
Oh, down.
just a typo.
There's fourth year here too. After fourth year, okay.
Yeah, sorry, after fourth year. And that's all I got on admin.
Very Hannah,
Nope, that's it.
gentlemen? Alright, let's move on to high school.
Sorry.
We're gonna change that to give us stuff.
Yep, I put that on my note. We still need to change the principal name.
Yep.
Okay, something that I just put this as a note across the top of my high school notes. In the middle school is the only handbook that we list fees. And I feel like we had a discussion once about listing fees.
It's on the list of things that we talked about the last time, the bigger conversation about handbooks of one to make uniform for the district.
Okay, perfect.
So along that is things like, how the middle school handbook has the medication policy and the high school handbook does not.
Yeah,
And
health
the
is on
ALICE
there.
training is in the high school handbook, but not in the middle school handbook or elementary school handbook.
Do we read which ones that we wrote down?
Yes,
Would that be
please.
helpful?
We're
Because-
talking about doing like a boilerplate. Part of it like is building related and then the rest is all those other pieces so that it's all the same in each handbook.
Okay,
Yes, that's great.
And they're in
Yes,
different
please.
orders within some of the handbooks,
Mhm.
and so, and then there's some redundancy that happens in a couple of sections, depending upon which handbook and who did it at what time and what year and all things. So, the things that we wrote down, to look at were attendance, which we did in this handbook, field trips, which we also did in this handbook, computer use, health, which would include the medications that you talked about, athletics activities, anti-hazing, food service, fees, insurance. In some handbooks, it's called emergency closing, and some it's called inclement weather. So just fixing the verbiage
That's good.
on that.
Gotcha.
Drills, which would include ALICE, discipline, damage to school property, and tobacco on grounds.
I don't think boilerplate's the right word, but you know what I'm talking about, where the regular, just specific to the building is in one, and then everything else will be the same throughout the books, and we can just take out each section.
You
when
can
we
even
have
refer
these.
to
So,
an
like-
appendix, so it's the same appendix to each one, so you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just change the appendix and not the whole
Yeah,
Yeah,
handbook.
so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Does your note actually say tobacco on grounds, or did you change that?
I added it when we were,
I knew it.
Stupid.
I also added inclement weather, but I had emergency closing on there, but.
Well, I think they're,
back,
yeah, they're different names in
Yeah,
each one,
but,
so.
but if you look at the content in the section, they're very similar.
Yep.
And so it just needs to be fixed.
Trying to see if you were reading minds.
I changed it from building to ground, so like that, so there you go.
Okay. Something that I would like to discuss real quick, when I was reading the middle school handbook, I remembered that they are now using an online hall pass,
Yeah.
Minga. And so thinking about, we're doing this because we print so much of the the high school handbook in a planner for the kids. Do we really need to be spending the money on the planner, which I realize has their hall pass in it? Or would it be worth our time, money, and saving the planet and paper to use some of that money and get Minga for the high school as well?
I had that conversation with Mr. Brungart, and he just hadn't had the
Right.
the high school staff hasn't had the opportunity to even consider what that would look like, and I think we're just trying to smooth the waters for
I get that.
for his onset, so.
Okay.
New principals kind of take over what they get
Right.
for their first years.
Yeah, but we have had that conversation, and the rep met with Mr. Meyer and myself, and we talked through what it could look like at the high school, especially with some of the kids that are going from 8th grade into 9th grade.
That's what I
Now,
was
they already-
thinking, yeah,
they
you've already
know,
got, some
that
kids have got a
system and what
semester under.
that looks like, but because that was onboarded mid-year this year, there's still some kinks that I know they're trying to work out at the middle
Okay.
school, so I think,
I just didn't know if it would save us time, paper.
I think it can do all of those things, we just have to be trained on it better than what
Okay.
we had been at the, there was a semester last year.
Thank you. Okay. Andrea, how are we gonna do this, because do you have notes too?
I have a few. I noticed that, cum laude language is still in this handbook.
Yeah, the 25 graduates, we can take that out.
Okay.
Where's that?
On page 20, I put page 21, I don't know if that's gonna be,
It's graduation with honors.
I think,
That's 21 of the PDF.
I didn't write down what page it's on, but I noticed, college class takers are still, are to report to the high school on non-college class days, is that? I know we talked about that a lot last year, I don't remember where we ended up on that.
Yeah, I think that we ended up loosening that up, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
so, yeah,
Yeah, I
that
think so.
might need change. Where's that at?
So that-
Yeah, I didn't write it down, but I can find it.
that
Mhm.
and just say graduating honors.
see, it says like 25, class of 25, we can take that whole thing out, right?
Okay, and what was the other one?
We're working on finding
The
it,
college,
leaving, or, on non-college class days requiring them to be at school.
That's what I did. It's on page 14 of the PDF, under guidance and counseling schedule changes.
Okay.
There's a statement where students wanting to drop a
Is that the
college
third
class.
paragraph,
Attendance,
Martin read?
Yeah.
students are expected to.
Yeah, the students attending college classes.
We just take that whole line out.
The second line too, first and second, because they don't have to sign in if they're not gonna be there.
I noticed we removed a sentence that said something about, that we reserve the right to drug test at any time. I just took that sentence out.
I thought we were supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah,
I kind of wondered about that too, and I think it was a Lori thing, right? So I would like some clarification on that. I didn't write it down because I figured it was Lori and I was going.
Do you need reasonable cause to do that? I assume that you can do a drug test.
Well,
There, all students are subject to drug testing at any time throughout the school year.
so there's two things. First of all, we have our police officers that an administrator is not gonna go drug test somebody. They're gonna have the police come in and work it from the police angle. So, the other piece of drug testing is actually our athletics policy, in which students or in activities can be put in a random drug testing thing. So it kind of conflicts with each other, whether that is meaning that, so you can't actually drug test somebody.
See, that's what I thought was what I remember, and I don't know if I was on the board or sitting in the audience.
Yeah.
That it was something like that's only for athletes.
Yeah, and I think
right?
it's covered under that policy, so I don't know that you need it.
So I was wondering if she took it out because it's not all students, it's athletes. It's only covered under
I think
Keisha.
you're correct on that.
That's what I'm thinking I remember the whole discussion being.
Now, I know for just general drug testing, it used to be you'd have to have two people, both trained to observe something, and a SR officer would be, but you have a teacher or other staff, and you would say, yes, that's reasonable cause, then you could test somebody.
Reasonable suspension training.
But you just couldn't do it, on a whim.
Right.
Right, you had to have reasonable cause.
Well, and we're not
verified.
gonna force somebody. So if, a administrator, if they request with the SRO, can we drug test you, or can we do a breathalyzer or whatever? Student refuses, then the principal then can take school action as in, okay, well, you're going home either way, cause you're basically saying you're guilty by this, so the principal has the right to do that either way. But we're not gonna, hold somebody down and,
Well, no,
so-
that's the other side of it.
So,
Well, she took out.
and the SRO does anything like that, breathalyzers or anything like that,
They
they
should.
can,
wonder if
yep.
it has something to do with
That's what I want.
Do we put all athletes instead of all students? Change it instead of all students, but all athletes or something?
Is it in the
I think
athletic?
it's covered by
Is it
the,
in the
Okay.
athletic policy?
yeah,
Okay, probably.
I don't think it needs to be.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, on the cover page, we need to change.
Yep.
You got it? Okay, principal. This is, like I said, I think I brought this up many times, notice of non-discrimination, we need to add district contact.
Yep, it's on all, so your elementary is gonna be the same way,
Yep.
that's the section that Lori added, so we just need to add.
Okay.
I guess you're my person right now?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm your person.
You're my person.
Aw.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Good as it gets.
School activities, and we touched on this the first time we brought them up. I don't like significant portion of the day.
That's
Can
what's
someone
in
explain to me why?
That's
they
what's
have
in the
to-
statute,
That's,
that language.
We have to define what that is.
Right, that's what I feel like we need to somewhere say what, and I think in the elementary it
But
does,
does, yeah.
but I don't think the middle school or the high school
The
defines
attendance,
it.
the attendance,
Policy
boilerplate.
thing. Boilerplate.
Yeah, okay, I don't know, it's not, that's not the right
I
word,
know
but
it's not, but that's
but you
what I
guys know what we mean. It does say
What it
that,
means to us now.
it does say what a significant portion of the day is defined as.
In these or in the new that we're working on?
The highlighted, version of,
Sorry, I didn't,
well, this is before they went to Lori, the ones that I printed, I didn't reprint them. Is it significant? Is that the one?
Delete.
yeah, the only place that I'm seeing it on this one here
2 or more, for elementary students, a significant part of the school day is defined as an absence of 2 or more hours.
Right,
this
and I
school day.
saw that in the elementary, but I don't see anything in the middle school or the high school that defines
And
it.
she
How is that?
said,
How is that significant? 2 hours is a significant portion of the day? I mean, I'm thinking if you have an appointment and you come in at 10, you've missed 2 hours of the day, but you're there from 10 to 3. You're still there a significant portion of the day. I don't know.
Is that excused or unexcused absence in the day?
So if they get a note or the parent calls in, then it's excused.
And so would that 2 hours be acceptable under those terms?
Could be an
Is that a no-show?
excuse.
It's
Not excused,
excused,
maybe not.
but they can't, but
Right.
where
because
this
we-
is defining is if they can participate
We
in,
didn't.
a
'cause
big
it's
part of it is if they
policy.
can participate
that's
in
from
activities
policy.
that
Yes,
night
JBD.
or
that's what it said,
that
BOE,
afternoon.
JBD.
Okay, sorry, I had to make sure my
You.
scratches on here. Yeah, so, we made suggestions of what a policy, because policy, your BOE policy JBD, currently, defines the significant portion of the day. So that's already within your policy. The conversation that the working group that worked on attendance and all the things,
Right.
along with our SRO and all that stuff, we talked about defining it as, for middle school and high school students, as a substantial part of the school day, as being inexcusably absent for 4 class periods of any part of the school day.
Okay,
Was for middle school and high school. But this hasn't been approved by you all, right? This is just what our suggestion was at the time.
Correct.
And elementary, our suggestion was that you set it as, being inexcusably absent 2 hours in either the morning or the afternoon of the school day.
so now our chicken and the egg conundrum is we haven't approved that policy. But we're sitting here with handbooks that don't define it. Is that
Well, it's,
right?
But
if you're using, if
So-
you're using the language, significant portion or part of the school day, you have defined it
We have defined it in policy.
in policy.
I
So
feel
if-
like as a parent, I don't wanna go
I feel like
to.
as
Your
a-
average parent isn't gonna say, well, now I gotta go to board policy and find, nobody's gonna know that. They're gonna just,
So that we have it
I
set
feel like
out,
we need to
BOE
define it in the
policy,
handbook,
JBD,
right?
and then says boom.
Yeah, JBD does say an absence of 2 or more hours in any school day shall be considered an absence for a significant part of the school day.
but
That's
that's in,
right there in the policy.
but that's in elementary.
That's
Right.
in the
Policy
policy.
book.
Policy book,
Board policy.
under
Board
absences
policy.
and excuses.
But in the board policy, but
Board
it's not,
policy.
okay, but it's not, oh, so we have already approved it.
Yeah, it's
The-
approved board
and
policy.
Not the language that we
615.
suggested, but the language that's already in there is what she redlined and corrected to actually match what
Yeah,
the policy was.
she just put BOE policy JBD and then took it out of JBD to say elementary 2 hours or more.
Okay, so does that mean that we can do the same thing with high school and put the 4 class periods in here somewhere?
But 4 class periods doesn't conform to the 2 hours of the day.
Right.
Because 4 class
Oh,
periods.
sorry,
don't
You would
I
need
was
to-
hours.
following up on that.
Yeah.
But you
so-
could, but you
So
could
then I'm
revise,
fine with that too.
if you agreed with that, then you could revise that
Yeah.
board policy to say this for elementary.
Just
this
whatever
for-
significant portion of the day is.
I think
I
a
think that-
significant portion of the day is more than half of the day.
Is at the elementary level, those are typically, attendance is typically done at the half day mark, so you're half day absent or you're tardy, or morning or afternoon.
Okay.
So I think that's where the language said because if you are if it is less than 2 hours and you leave for an appointment, then you're tardy. And you could technically get a tardy in the afternoon by leaving early from school.
So they're basically taking half of the half day.
Yes.
That's where their language was. I think the middle school and high school, if I remember right, they were very keyed in on athletics and
Right.
activities. And so it's, if they have students that are not there for at least half the school day, then they do not allow them to participate. And so I think that's where that came from, is tying that back to them being gone a significant portion of the day, high school, middle school not being able to participate.
We're trying to make all of them match because
Right.
there seemed to be some inconsistency between the athletics policy, the board policy, and what's in here for attendance. So we were trying to align all of them. And so we were trying to take out the actual time so that if you chose to amend that policy at some time later, that you want a significant portion of the day to be a different time because you as the board, you decide what that is. That's not set, but the statute just says you have to define it. And right now it's defined as what Lori changed the language to.
So can we add JVD to the next meeting to talk about
Which
it?
is before school starts anyway.
And we're still not getting it printed. Or is that in part that they?
Well, as long as,
Well, you can- if
as long as we're leaving it printed as a significant portion of the day,
It's justified.
True.
then we're defining what significant part of the school day is. Cause in the policy, there's a heading that says significant part of the school day, and then the sentence defines what that is.
Then if you make a board
Really
policy
fast.
revision before school starts, then there's no conflict. It's just gonna be language conflict for 2 weeks but there's no action happening in the district that's gonna
Right,
come to
Okay.
play, so.
so just so no, I'm good, okay. Okay. I put you upside. My brain's gonna implode. I'm not gonna ask that question on the middle school, I will skip over that one. Page 13, I don't know if it's.
You in the high school handbooks still?
Yep.
Okay.
The visitor one,
The what?
visitor? I don't know.
Above visitor,
Documents and link update to reflect changes in ESI regulations and policy. That's
what
it.
he said.
It's.
So-
It's under the emergency safety interventions. It's the last line. It's unfortunately got put on the next page.
PDF
It's in red.
13,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's down at the bottom, so we have a link and it says that the documents in the link are outdated. And we
Oh,
need to update those. My question is, it's still linked to wellington.cc
Mhm.
instead of our page, and I feel like it should be on our page, which makes
I
me
agree.
wonder, is it somewhere on our page updated?
It is, Russ and I worked on that earlier this year.
Okay, I thought that we had had that discussion.
So we see a change.
Was that whole list of,
It's embedded in
So
all
we
of
just need to
that.
change the link.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, we just need to change the link on that one.
And then it won't be on .cc?
Well, even if it is, it's just not gonna link to it from the past.
Okay. If somebody's looking there for that policy, it
Well,
was
that's
still
what I
there.
think, yeah, well, and I think that was,
Unless
it was
it's a
back when
link
we,
back-
The school doesn't own that
yeah,
website, but at the time, the person that was running it. there
But we
was
can
someone-
contact that person and tell them it's not up to date.
Or maybe they can link it. If they want it there, if we approve, they could link it
Yeah.
to our website.
but
Yeah,
it
we
is on
could-
our website now, right?
Yeah.
That's
There is an ESI.
and so we'll have it
Mhm.
changed to ours, okay.
Okay.
Finals policy, I just want to say one more time, I think it should be 3 absences and a doctor's note counts. That's all. I'm missing my piece, my annual reminder that I don't like.
Wait.
Policy.
oh, it's 5.
Yeah.
It's 5, but doctor's notes aren't included. I think it should be 3, and we should allow for doctor's notes.
Have no more than 5 excused absences. I just don't like that.
I feel like we're rewarding kids for coming to school sick, and then we get mad when we have germs. That's all. Sorry.
I still think it should just be if you got an A, don't take it. I mean, it says in there, if test exempt students may elect to take the final, but their grade will not be lowered. So then why take it?
That's how they don't.
They don't.
Alright, anything else?
I know that one's gonna go around in circles, so let's move on. Okay, I have, it says 16, let's see. Oh, lunch policy. I know you said this was one that you were trying to do I just wanted to point out because I don't know if it's important to our contract. I believe it's the high school. The high school handbook is the only one of elementary, middle, and high school that says you cannot bring in fast food.
Outside food.
That is actually, that needs to be taken out. That's an old.
So yeah, I didn't know if we need, and my kid says kids bring it in all the time.
Yeah, that did
So-
that did used to be a rule.
I
And that-
thought
but that
it
needs to be-
was,
That needs
so-
to be taken out.
with our old provider.
Okay.
You know what that is, Darcy?
No.
It's
Page
it's under
16.
USD 333 lunch policy.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Needs to go.
So
Yeah, under the high school one though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
high school.
on that on that train of thought,
Not that number 2. Number 2.
one of the handbooks
here.
lists the price, maybe it's the elementary, lists the price of the meals, and
Oh.
that's the only one. So the prices
Good
aren't
call.
listed in this.
Yeah, they list, one of them listed breakfast and lunch both.
Yeah,
The
I think
prices.
it's the elementary one that does.
And whichever one it is, it needs to be
It needs to be
updated. I
updated,
put that
yeah.
on there. I didn't realize it
On
wasn't on
the
all of it.
pricing needs updated.
Yeah,
And then apparently added to a couple.
it's not in the middle school or high school, the prices.
Did you catch that, Darcy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I was asking my kid about the fast food, number 1 above that says you may not leave the building during your lunch period, and she said a ton of kids leave the building. So do we take that out or do we crack down?
I think we correct it.
Okay. Can you talk to Bob about that?
Yep.
Thank you.
High school kids can sign themselves out, right? Or not?
Well, I don't know. It says in here that they can't.
I don't
It
know,
says in the
It was
handbook
so.
that they can't, but they are. So that's what I'm like.
I feel like Katie always signs herself out.
We would prefer to hear from parents. I used to be a high school kid, and my parents definitely should have.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I think we need to hear from parents.
Okay, down. I guess it would be page 21. We already discussed it, the graduating with honors, removing that in the 2025. That applies this in little space. Page 25, Title IX still has Tiara as our contact. Let me get to it and make sure that's, I told you the right page.
29.
25.
Any of this,
Yeah, you are correct.
harassment, wording, it's all like kosher, it's not gonna get us in trouble with like DEI requirements or anything like that, right? I mean,
Any of the what? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Sexual harassment.
any of the, not just the sexual
Oh.
harassment, but the
Harassment.
Any of
racial
it?
and, none of that's gonna get us into any kind of.
Not that I've heard. I mean, I think Lori would.
I'm saying, I
But
think she
Lori
would
would've
pick
caught
up on that.
That's all from legal, isn't it, probably?
Yeah.
Written in, yeah.
So
Did you see that one about Tiara still listed? Okay.
I had another significant portion of the day, but we're moving on. 39, Rule 52. It's about sportsmanship. Do we have, where is our sportsmanship policy written? Does it need to be in there, or is it in just board policy? Where?
Or like our new policy on,
Where does that go?
yeah, I'd like to see it in here.
I mean, it's about sportsmanship, so I didn't know. You know,
okay,
We can write it right in the end.
insert new
Just-
sportsmanship policy.
I don't know.
We were deleting a bunch of stuff, we got room.
What?
We're deleting a bunch of stuff, we got room.
Yeah, we take some stuff out.
Anything else? Under anything else?
No.
Okay. Got 2 drafts for elementary.
Yeah, which one are we supposed to look at for elementary?
Got 2 drafts in here.
There's
One is with red. So the other one came across the same, but it's not, for some reason it's black. So they're both the same
Okay.
document, one is just
Okay.
showing red.
One is.
I didn't wanna confuse you, or you guys say, hey, it changed, so I put 2 in there.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Again, that's the notice of non-discrimination. 8 has a note from Lori. I bet that's what we've been talking about.
Oh, it's the administration of medication. No, that's only good.
I don't know. I have 8 on here. It may have changed.
Yeah, I don't see her number
But
anymore.
there's it says C note from Lori. What is this?
How do we notify
Oh,
parents?
there you go. Yeah,
JBE.
it's on 9. Absent notification. This is how parents be notified if
What is, I have a note for JBE. What is board policy JBE? Is that our significant? Oh, here we go.
No, that's
JBD.
JBD.
JBD is significant.
JBE is true in C.
Okay, here we go. Okay, there's, in here, it says, okay, it's 10. Consider revision to this statement. Quote, school year means the period from July 1 to June 30. Students who are absent without a valid excuse for a significant part of any school day shall be given an unexcused absence for truancy accounting purposes considered true. But it says, consider a revision to this statement. Is that a note from, it's
That's
not
a-
in red.
that is
That
us.
is a you?
That's
Okay.
us.
That's, I thought, whatever it is, we need to consider,
Well, there was some confusion about when is someone tardy and what, I mean, there was that conversation, I remember from that, time.
do we need to figure out what it is so that we don't publish it with consider revision?
Well, and again, this wouldn't necessarily be in this document, this would be, because it's a consideration to change that current policy, JBE, because it reads different now.
Okay. Let's see. Next page.
I don't remember what it reads now.
Activities, there's a random number 3 out there on the second paragraph under activity. Where's that at? Page 11. Activities. There's just a random 3.
Yeah, hang on. Go to the first one. That's probably where you're at.
I think I moved to the red, and I
Yeah.
think that's why my numbers are off now.
Yeah, it's alright. I was on the other one and it wasn't matching up.
What page is it on the other?
So it's on the first,
Oh, it's like there used to be bullets or something.
Yeah,
there's
it's like it
2
used
for
to be numbered.
elementary, do that first one that's listed. And it's page 11. If you go to the second one, it doesn't match up.
Okay, I
Hop out of there for a second.
okay.
You're absolutely right.
It actually doesn't apply to elementary, does it?
You might be in the right.
Activity
It
was,
should have
would
a red, that one.
It wouldn't,
Try that one.
students
See, there's
participating in
red, like,
activities that
that's
are
more of
not.
a middle school.
That's one, yep.
There,
I
okay,
think
thank
we
you.
were
because
just-
they copied the whole.
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah, we were
boilerplate it.
trying to use template. It's even written there, template. We're trying to make a template. Yeah.
It would, yeah, be for both.
Okay, next page under activities, Lori made a note, it says being inexcusably absent can impact students' ability to participate in extracurricular activities. It's elementary, so she mentioned we can take that out, so. But she didn't line it, she asked the question, so I figured we needed to manually take that out.
Gotcha.
So take out activities.
Extracurricular activity.
Yeah, because it doesn't apply to.
It doesn't apply to them.
So just removing the 3,
That-
but we would remove that whole section.
Yeah, she put,
Right?
no, because you still need the, if a phone call or written
Yeah, I think it's just-
excuse, you still need that for truancy reasons, right? We
But
just
is
need
there
the
a
being,
separate section for?
the being inexcusably absent can impact students' ability to participate in extracurricular activities. We can take that out because we don't have them at that level.
It's crossed through on this one already.
Okay, I say on mine, it's just highlighted,
Yeah,
like
mine
she's
is
asking the
highlighted.
question still.
Yeah, this is highlighted and got a red line to
Oh,
it.
perfect.
Okay.
Let's see, yeah.
Oh, right there. So not in the activity section, the activity section.
and we'll take out activities. in
remove
elementary.
activities.
In
And
elementary.
then, yeah.
That's one below
And then on PDF page 13, the grading system for USD 353 uses a standard-based grading scale. That seems awkward to me because the grading system doesn't use anything. The teachers in the district use something. That's nitpicky, but it just sounds weird to me.
How about just take that whole first part out and just say USC 353 uses a standard-based grading scale?
That's what I put in my notes.
that.
Thanks.
Material.
Thanks for backing me up.
Do they?
No. They don't at every, so K4.
Yeah, I put K4.
Does-
I did add that. USD 353 elementaries use a standard based grading scale for grades K through 4. It just is awkward, and I would like it to sound grammatically correct first of all.
Thank you.
Next one, Title IX still has Tiara. That's 14. These are off on my notes. So if I'm
K4. The next one is Tara again.
And there is on that page too, the first sentence, grade cards are sent home after the end of each quarter. Parents are invited to conferences with their student's teacher. I guess that's fine. Never mind.
So, so what, 18-ish? We have that link to Wellington.cc again, that needs to be updated, but I gotta find it. 20 of the PDF, I believe.
Yes. It's highlighted too.
Yep.
It's under emergency safety interventions. It's right above the Title I services.
Okay. I think that's because she copied and pasted it
Oh, that makes
out
sense.
and put it in
Yeah.
this document, and that's why it's the same comment and everything.
Okay.
Okay, so we do not have student handbooks, that's why this is being taken out. So the end user of this handbook is parent run or is highlighted there on page
I think it's right above, right?
19 of the PDF, 19 of the document.
The policy included all students use forms. So they erased that out? Oh, that's student handbooks.
I know, I don't know why that says that.
It's under
Page
reporting, page 19.
I don't,
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
I don't
obvious
know
if it's
that,
in there.
I don't know that it's necessary in the first place.
Yeah, I
Right,
think
that's
we
what
should
I'm
get rid of
thinking.
it all.
Like even if it was there before, I'm not sure it was
Here.
necessary for
Yeah.
it to be there.
It almost feels like it's more of a note that we need to make sure it's in every. Right?
Yeah, it does. It's like somebody made a note along the way and it ended up staying for some reason.
Did you find it, Darcy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And
I
so
think
that
it's
was their note to remove it because they don't have student handbooks?
Well, I don't think it needs to be in there.
I just think that
We're
whole
in there.
thing,
Just remove the
Yeah,
whole
so,
thing.
yeah, follow the.
It's page 17 of the Word document.
That's
why it's so confusing.
I know, it is.
Like, what?
So maybe we need to just reword that whole ESI section too. ESI is that.
Yeah, I have that note to remove here or link and all the things on ESI.
I do have a question though. It says when a student's account reaches a 5 lunch negative balance, the student will receive a cold lunch. Is
Yeah,
that consecutive?
No, I think it's just,
that's,
they probably put 5 lunch in there so they don't have to change it every year,
Right.
right?
Yeah, so we didn't have to calculate it.
So every time that we change,
It got changed.
if we have to
last
update it, cause we
year.
like add a
Last
nickel or a
Last
dime every year,
Yeah.
Oh,
so we don't have to
Gotcha.
increase the amount,
okay.
which brings me to my next one, the lunch prices need to be
Yep, I have
updated.
that from you guys talking about the other one, that
Perfect.
lunch prices need updated. And we wanna add that in all the handbooks, right? All
Yeah.
student
Yeah.
handbooks.
Yeah, I think it goes with fees.
We kinda discussed this a little bit on the emergency closings, adding
We're
social
not gonna
media.
have any of those this year.
Mother nature better not.
Sold.
We used them all up last year.
But there is a sentence in there, and it says, it is required that each parent guardian should have an Infinite Campus parent portal. It is required that each parent guardian should have an Infinite Campus parent portal. That doesn't,
That doesn't, yeah, that doesn't read correctly.
We have must have the instead of should have, right? If it's required.
it is required that they should have,
It is recommended.
yes. But that was crossed out and required,
Yeah, recommended to be better.
yeah.
Where was that at?
That's on page 22.
Emergency school
It's
closings.
emergency school
So
closing.
are we good with
Okay.
those matching too?
Like,
That's one of the things.
One of the things we were talking about, okay.
so move it back to recommended.
Yeah.
We can't-
Highly recommended.
Highly recommend, yes.
So one thing that was interesting for this year is that if they do not have a parent portal, they do not get school status.
Mhm.
So that is,
That's probably why
that's,
they were
that's
doing
why
Do
the
we-
change.
Do we have anyone that doesn't have a parent portal? Like, I thought we
So we
had to
have-
have a
we
parent
have-
portal.
Several situations where the parent, a mom's been enrolling the kids for years and years and years, the dad's never ever signed up for one, and so the mom was the only one ever getting the messages.
Oh, I don't know anybody like that. I don't know anybody like that either.
So
Yeah, I get them now.
Only because I taught you to use the app and you signed in as Val.
Hey, I don't have the app on the pay.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. That's funny. Okay. On 37, page 37, there's just a note that says KSB will look further into these items below. I'm assuming all of the red is what they looked into the items below. Just making sure.
Yes. Oh, yes, yeah, that's just, that's another note that. needs
Just
to be
making
in.
sure.
And then all the Chromebook stuff is being taken out of the elementary handbook. It's, the whole Chromebook policy is being stricken. Which is probably fine, but I don't.
We're gonna, so is there going to be like another link to the Chromebook policy and then something in there that says there's the
So
Chromebook
there's
policy?
stuff that's
I didn't have that
procedure and then
discussion.
there's stuff that's policy, and so I think our conversation at one point was just making sure that we were had acceptable use pieces in
I remember that
in
conversation.
here. And then the buildings would have a procedure for what the Chromebook stuff looked like.
Okay.
It's kind of like what we talked about.
So again, so who is the end user of the handbook? Because if it is the parent, then some of that Chromebook stuff is important for them to know.
Well, that was one of the things we wrote down when we talked through and we read all of the handbooks together, was the tense and who is it written for, and
Yeah.
so some of that does change because as they've been revised over time.
Yeah, the middle school handbook reads a lot like it's for the student and then other handbooks read like they're not.
Great.
Isn't the Chromebook just a contract between the student and the school district or parents?
And really, it's for
And
both.
not in the
I mean,
handbook,
it's-
really.
It's for both, essentially, at the end of the day, it's for students and parents.
I can add it to the list of things to talk about.
Anything else on this one?
No.
Andrea?
No.
Gentlemen?
No.
Well,
Are you worn out?
Last one, middle
No,
school.
I'm having a
Oh,
really good
no.
time.
Okay, notice of non-discriminatory again. Just can't say it, sorry.
Calendar in there.
Yes, I like that.
they've got
But-
the vision and the mission and, core values and core beliefs, and none of the other handbooks have that.
Well, maybe one day.
I'll add it to the list.
Is the vision and the mission statement in alignment with the district?
Yeah,
Michelle?
so, you can blame all this on Chip. No.
That's fine. That's
we-
fine. I've
we-
been here for 1 year and a few days.
That's
So,
right.
I'm not new anymore.
Just seems longer, right?
All of our administrators went through some training this year, and part of that training was working on mission and vision statements for their buildings, and so that's been popping up a lot throughout the year. But I mean, I think it ties back well with what they've worked on with what the district wants to focus on.
I'm just gonna start going down, and if I get ahead of you, just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Page 7 of the PDF, school activity absences, it says it will not count towards finals, and we don't have finals in middle school.
That's another, this
Like
is the
it, yeah,
template
that's
for the
another- yeah.
everything.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's really the definition of handbook work, isn't it? It's like we try to
Right,
we try to put a blanket thing together, and then it doesn't work either.
sorry.
No, I'm
Sorry.
just saying, that's funny.
And then school and weather again on 9:10 with the social media. Was that one that was like way different?
Yeah, this one's different.
This one was way different, because we still have, it's, my notes say remove text caster from first paragraph, add social media. Yeah, it still says text caster in that one too, so we do need to remove that.
So just match the others on the. school
Perfect.
calendar.
The bell policy isn't in the middle school handbook, is it? I didn't see it, but it is in the high school handbook, so,
The schedule.
yeah, the bell schedule,
That would be a good,
it's pretty handy place to find it.
Huh?
Supposed to read policies and stuff?
yeah, you're supposed to.
Just the kids there, it's fine.
Call me if you have problems, kid.
Have we hired science?
Okay, we had just,
Oh, wait, the middle school,
Yeah,
yes,
okay, so I can add that,
yes.
yeah, okay.
we had touched on middle school has the fees, other schools don't.
Mhm.
And this isn't necessarily a handbook question, if we're gonna take care of that. I noticed that there are band fees,
Yeah,
and like, can we have Peggy add that so that we can pay it on Infinite Campus? How do we do that? I don't remember paying it last year. I'm sure I
I
did.
think it is on.
When I went to pay my fees, it wasn't an option. I only had sports. It was like my regular school fees and sports.
Cause there's
Sorry.
a lot of different types of band fees, right?
no, did I just see in the high school handbook where band fees were listed at like $50?
This is it's in the middle school one.
Yeah, middle school, it's 50 to rent and then 25 for fee. Just something to think about if we can get that added to Infinite Campus, so
Sure.
I can pay it. Okay, we discussed what we're gonna do with the Chromebook policy, so skip that. Page 33, again, Title IX, we need to change our contact.
Page 33?
Yeah.
Would you like to skip half the,
No, I thought it was great.
I had a question, I don't know where it is, hold on, let me find it.
No, I did skip half of it because it's all Chromebook policy.
okay,
Oh, it is,
just
all
making sure.
That's a big chunk of Chromebook policy, so it does look like I skipped a lot.
I have a question, and Bob's not here. Gum is prohibited at Wellington Middle School.
Protect the new carpet at all costs.
I don't know, gum helps with ADHD like nobody's business, and last year I reached out to all my A3 teachers and they said, oh yeah, we're super chill, relaxed in here. And gum was allowed, so I just wanna make sure we're doing what we say we're doing.
Okay.
I'll put 2 questions on every page for now. 33, Title IX coordinator again. And 35, that link. We've discussed all that, just letting you know where they are. Okay, 35. I think I was just confused on something and maybe my eyes were going crossed. Okay, explain that to me.
Students must pass.
Okay,
Is that
activities and eligibility under students must pass 5 of 7 semester classes, excluding nighttime and quest. And then in parentheses, it says no letter grade given. And students must pass at least 3 out of 4 core classes. So I didn't understand why it was like something in parentheses started the sentence.
Yeah, is there supposed to be no
I think
period there
yeah.
after quest?
It's because there's no letter grade given in those classes.
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so no
Then do we
period
even
after
need that? If we're saying it excludes them?
Well,
I don't-
probably because someone would say, well, why are you excluding them?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and
Why do those count?
Yeah, and they probably would get those arguments, so. That probably would help them in that moment.
so I think I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask anyway. In that, and I don't know if we did it in high school or not, I guess I need to go back and double check. Okay. So they must pass, where was it? Oh, we changed it somewhere. Somewhere it was changed. Maybe not. Yeah. So we went from students must pass all of their core classes to just 3 of their core classes. Is there a reason why I just feel like you should be passing your core classes to play sports.
I think that's alignment with another
Yeah.
policy, cause
Is it Acacia policy?
I don't think it's.
I don't think it's Acacia, it's the board's new policy on,
Did I miss
what's
this?
my word? No. Why can't I say this out loud? You guys just did a
Words are
policy not too long ago where, for middle school, because you were trying to fight the fact that, students were moving on.
Okay, I remember that, and I was wondering how all this played into it. I just don't remember there being anything about, I thought we would have made it more, you can't get more strict than all. I don't remember going down to 3 in that policy.
Yeah, I don't either.
3 out of the 4 core
Yeah.
Yeah,
in that policy?
I don't remember
I
that.
think that's how it reads, though.
Christian?
I know that was the practice because we set up summer school for credit recovery for the middle school kids, and that was the first time that that's happened the way that it was this year.
That was a consequence, and then if they did not chose not to go to summer school, then they lost an elective the next year and they had to retake that.
So that does have to do, it was trigger, I just don't remember
Yep.
saying that they could pass 3 classes. I just think they should pass 3. But I guess if that's what we approve.
I'm searching online policies for the word core, and it only comes up in fundraising activities.
I know that I asked, my kiddo went through freshman orientation and they said like how many classes they needed to pass to participate. I was kind of surprised and I asked admin at the time and he said it was Acacia. So that's why I didn't know if it was Acacia. I feel like you should pass all your classes.
Yeah, but I do too.
We went through a business.
And I just don't remember that. Can we bring that policy back up?
Mhm.
I thought we were making it. I remember the credit recovery portion of it. I don't remember athletics being tied to it or activities being tied to it.
Well, I think that they were made separately, and I think that this attempt
This is
was to
trying to
align
tie
them
yeah.
so that they were
Okay,
different.
that
Does
makes-
that make sense?
Yep.
That's my recollection.
Yep. I think you're correct.
Okay, it's not popping out at me in the policy book, so.
Okay, we'll find it.
It-
It'll be in a board agenda.
Yeah, and I think it's 23, 24 because it was done before I got here.
That seems,
It would have been last year though, or,
Last year was implementation because that was a conversation.
so it would have been,
superintendent,
probably
supervisor
probably last spring or the spring before. Cause this was the first year we did it.
You know, it seemed like if they were 3 out of 4, that they would go to summer school to meet the requirements to get into
Which
high
is,
school.
that's what the new policy is. If they don't pass 3 and 4, then they have to do
It
something.
doesn't say it here though, does it?
Not for,
No,
not
that's
for the eligibility.
not for the activities piece, but it is in that policy. We'll have to find it.
Okay, it is.
Does Bob have it in the handbook?
It's just under the activities athletic eligibility.
It's not under
I didn't
any
see
other
it.
part of the handbook? Okay.
But it says, to be eligible at the high school level.
8th graders?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's for their following semester.
Yeah. Second semester for 8th graders.
If we go down to 37, and this might be the Acacia thing, we've changed it from students shall have passed at least 5, we've changed it from 6 to 5 new subjects of unit weight the previous semester. So, again, is that, it looks like, it says this is in accordance with Acacia. So I guess that answers my question. In accordance
So
with
it's
Acacia.
in middle school promotion, it's listed there. To be promoted, a student passed at least 75% of their core classes, math, science, social studies, and English. And it talks about it at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is in the handbook. I just missed it.
But that's to pass on to high school, right? But that's not athletics. Are those
That's
two separate things?
That's to
That's
be
to promote.
promoted.
To be promoted to the
promoted.
next grade.
Right. But that, so we're just
But
keeping
we
it the
don't
same
not
for high school.
promote, do we?
No, the consequence would fall for them the next year if they didn't pass.
But would they take, like English 7 and 8 or whatever?
Yeah, that's
They
what
take
I
a credit
remember.
recovery.
That's the conversation
Well, we
I
try-
remember with the credit recovery.
Right.
I just don't remember athletics or activities being tied to it anymore.
But they're supposed to get it done over the summer prior to that school. It's only if they refuse to go to summer school that they lose the elective and have to do the double up. So that's just the only teeth in the game, so.
I just think you should, okay. Okay, and 37, I had the question on the changing 6 to 5, but I see in there that it does say per Acacia, so that's not an us,
No.
that's a them. And I just think we should have stronger.
What page is that on, Chad? The middle school promotion?
There's so many tabs open.
I'm gonna stop asking about this significant portion.
Page 13.
I just
middle
skipped it
school.
twice.
Under activities.
In the last 3, I've skipped it twice. I'm on my last one,
So
and
page
I've already asked
13,
it.
that one you talked about
What-
is
sorry.
on page 13.
Middle school promotion.
Middle school promotion,
Uh-huh.
that you said the board wanted to revisit.
No, I was looking
On
at
the sports.
I was looking at the activities eligibility on
I think it's connected
35.
to that.
Oh, he needs to connect to the middle school promotion.
I think they're changing that paragraph to support this new.
I guess I just don't see how we
Yeah,
have,
I don't think they're the same thing.
I think they're two separate things. You're talking about sports and you're talking about academics.
If you're not passing core classes, you don't get to play.
I think that would push kids, right?
You know,
That's where I'm thinking of it as two separate things. I understand we're trying to have continuity, but I see them as two different things.
So
It's-
what you're
it's
saying
sometimes-
is it says they have to pass 5 of 7.
No,
No, it says that-
I'm talking about our
classes.
4 core classes of our activities eligibility on page 35. We changed it from all core classes to 3 of 4. And I was just trying to figure out why we went down.
Yeah, but I think it's because of those.
So we're trying to make a continuity, but, okay. I mean, if that's what we wanna do, and that's what the majority wants to do, that's fine. I just wanna
I'd be curious to
understand,
know how many kids we're talking about.
right, that's a good
Yeah.
point too.
I know how many kids had the opportunity for credit recovery over the summer, which was 5 out of the middle school.
That
I
were
just feel
on this
like-
middle school promotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good push for kids to do their best.
Yeah.
I see no problem in keeping it at the all that it was last year.
I want to keep it at all.
Only two of
I
us.
think academics is more important than school.
You know?
I agree with it too.
Do you wanna me to call Bob? Give his opinion? If you're
Yeah.
thinking about
Sure.
changing it, if you're thinking about changing it, might as well.
Yeah, let him in on it.
While you're calling him, and we already discussed this in high school, so I'm just gonna throw it out since it's already been discussed. Our sportsmanship policy isn't in this one either.
She wrote it down.
Okay, thank you. Then I'm done.
It's the 52,
Oh,
52,
yeah,
title
the one that I said. make sure
52 or rule 52 or
Just,
something.
if I wasn't passing it in class, Ron, he wouldn't let me play.
I know.
The principal of high school.
Oh, it's high school.
Middle school.
Middle school, okay.
There's two Bobs. There's so many Bobs.
Oh, that's right, we're everywhere.
Taking over.
Just to prove credit.
Yeah,
So what they're
So
trying
they
to
were
do
sitting next
is
to, they were sitting next to each
Yeah.
other today, and I was like, how are we gonna
No,
tell
they're
the two of you apart?
trying to make it, we were gonna say
Well,
cohesive
there was a whole
across the
conversation about
board.
that too.
Just cohesive. So in changing one, change the other, I think they're separate.
Gotcha.
Okay. Bob messed up and answered my calls, so.
That'll teach you.
Oh, no!
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob! You can run, but you can't hide.
Okay, Bob, we're discussing, the board's recent change for you that, on the middle school promotion,
No, not
No,
a
no, no, no.
promotion, not
No, I know,
promotion.
Activities eligibility.
I'm connecting the two. Somebody else needs to explain, cause I can't not connect. the
Alright,
two,
so Bob, on the activities eligibility, it used to say that they have to pass all of their 4 core classes to play. Now it says at least 3 out of the 4.
Well, we were trying to match up. Emily and I talked with that. And I don't have it right in front of me, and I apologize. You kind of caught me off guard here.
Sorry.
I think because we were going well beyond what is it the CASA policy or something else. So we were trying to align it with what the other policy was, and I can't remember exactly what it is at the moment.
Were you trying to connect it to middle school promotion policy?
Say again.
Were you trying to connect it to the middle school promotion policy?
Well, that might have been included, but I think there was something within the CASA language that we were trying to make it match that. And maybe it was with the promotion policy as well.
And it does, above, it says students must pass 5 of 7, and the CASA language has been updated to 5. And I think that's just because of how many hours we have. So that matches, it's the changing the all core classes to 3 that we're questioning.
Yeah, I don't recall exactly maybe the discussion that we had. Maybe it was to tie that in with the promotion policy. Because it used to be 3, and then I think we had changed that. Maybe it was last year. And then we sat down and had a discussion. Again, that was something that myself and Ellie and I believe maybe Brian had discussed. And I apologize right offhand. I don't recall
No, you're
exactly the nature of that, but it may have been tied in with that policy. I thought it was something different with CASA, but again.
Okay.
Does that help or no?
Well, so the discussion is we think we want to change it back to all core classes must be passed to play activities.
I'm fully in support of that. I mean, at the end of the day, we want them passing their course. I have no problem with that. I can see the 3 out of 4 matching the promotion policy, but I don't have a problem supporting all of it. And if that's what the board feels is something they want to go to, I'm fully in support of that as well. Because that was kind of my stance when we had that conversation, I believe it was last year, that we want them passing their cores. And to me, that takes precedence over athletics and activities and stuff, so.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, Bob.
So I'm fully in support of it either way.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep, I hope I helped.
Yep,
Yep.
you're good. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, bye. Yep. I'm gonna be in big trouble for putting him on the spot.
That's all right. He's all right. So can we just change it or do we have to vote to change it?
What's that?
Do we need a vote or do we just need
No, you can
to
just-
all
just
agree and
discuss it.
Changes.
then
You guys good
the
with that?
overall vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just, your vote's just gonna be on the handbook in
Okay.
general, so.
I mean,
No. This one more part, please.
exactly.
Okay, page 38, athletic admission. Middle school ticket prices are $5 for adults and $5 for students. So in the high school handbook, it says $7 for adults and students. Like not $7 for adults and $7 for students, so can we just make that $5 for adults and students?
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Gentlemen, anything else you have?
Good.
You guys, anything else from us?
Gotta vote on it.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. I mean, if you vote this evening, then it'll be with these changes that you all agreed to tonight, and then we can obviously send them back out to you once they're done to make sure that. Or if you want us to revise and then get them to you, then obviously they would not be officially approved until the next board meeting. But
I think it's.
I think we need to get it approved for the high school to get it.
I agree.
We're not gonna print them again, we need to get them printed again. Can I throw something else out there? If we still need the planner, if we've decided to still do the planner because it's got the, no, that's not what I wanna say. Do they really need the planner, or do we really need to be printing all that? I'm looking at the savings in the printing, can we give them a book of hall passes? If
It's
hall
already-
passes is our catch-up.
have you gotten a bill on?
Oh, it's already been printed?
If so, it would have been ordered a long time ago. So
Oh.
like in the
Do
spring.
we do those,
So-
She
We
does
do-
them.
Yeah,
those
we
in
do them
house.
in-house.
She did it in-house.
Yeah,
Okay.
I knew that
Okay.
it was in-house, that's what we were waiting on. I'm just thinking if we tell kids to go to the website in that handbook, that's gonna save a lot
Reams
of
of
printing.
Of paper, yes.
Oh, a ton.
I'm with you.
And if
sorry.
I would just like to look into doing that to save on printing. Hall passes, however we get it, whatever. I just think there's gotta be a way. Cause I don't know how many kids in 2025 are using a paper planner. So if that can be discussed to save money. Okay. Then I move that we approve handbooks as amended.
Okay, we got a motion. Can you get a second?
I will second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, same. Okay. And
Cool.
this meeting is adjourned. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
guys.
Thank you.
I sent you a list of everything that was on my sticky note. That way I didn't lose it. If I lost my sticky note, it was okay.
You are gonna want me sitting here. You're left-handed, I'm taking you
The
out.
only one that was
You saw it, it's on camera.
Yeah,
Um,
and I know
You didn't
good.
have your,
gonna be.
That's right.
Yeah.